It looks like Libby's been blinded by love in Shortland Street.
How would you feel about having some people over for dinner tonight?
You'd be finding it challenging too, trying to fill Tony's shoes.
Rachel, shall we clear the table for dessert? How about you give Gabrielle a break? Sorry, I'm not going to stand by while you run her down in the hopes of getting your claws into Chris again, so back off.
Still waiting?
I think I've been stood up. No point in sitting here on my top.
Oh, no, hang on a second. Is this your date?
Yvonne, thank goodness you're still here. I got held up with Travis.
Is he okay?
Oh, fretting for his mum. Poor tyke. Tanya came to the rescue.
Oh, she's so good with kids.
Oh, she's got a real way with it, that one. Just like a mother.
I recommend the monkfish.
Oh, good for me. How about you, Howard?
Well, I've never tried monkfish. Perhaps it's time I did. And something to drink with it. Whatever you think.
Certainly.
Not too pricey.
Yes. Well, Tanya was really something. And a beautiful girl, too. Takes after her father, I suppose. Oh, no, Yvonne, sorry, I didn't mean it. It's just the dark hair and the brown eyes. You're so fair. I only meant that...
It's all right. She's very like Ian, as a matter of fact.
First I'm late, then I insult you.
No, you didn't. You complimented me on a beautiful daughter. What mother doesn't appreciate that?
I love a happy ending.
As if they ever actually happen.
Of course they do. Look at me, I found this place.
Right. Who's for hot chocolate a la tippet?
Yes, please.
Me too, but let me introduce you to the good stuff. French label, I've got some in my room.
Oh, French.
It's the Rolls Royce of hot chocolates.
You'd better make it then. I wouldn't want to stuff it up.
Glad to. Have you guys got a treat in store?
What is wrong with you?
This was meant to be our movie. We were meant to watch it together.
And I was supposed to be going to dinner with Oliver till I cancelled. I couldn't exactly turn around and banish him to his room, could I?
I should have let you go to Chris's like you planned. You and Oliver probably wouldn't even be talking by now.
Is that what you really want? You're acting like a jealous boyfriend.
A jealous best friend, actually. This was meant to be our dream house, you and me. Now all of a sudden there's an Oliver-shaped cuckoo in our nest and everything's turning to custard.
6 different dinners. Who does that? Still, if they're happy, I wish them luck.
So you're okay with Chris and Gabriel? Sarah got that wrong.
Sarah seems to think I'm stuck in some Chris Warner time warp, when in fact I've had a whole new life since him.
Oh. Anyone serious?
A husband. That was pretty serious while it lasted.
I know the feeling.
Yes, you and the famous Justine Jones. I read about that. Fake death, a trial.
Separation. We never had a perfect marriage. I thought we would go the distance. But it was too much time spent apart that finally did us in.
Well, at least you knew what the problem was. I'm still trying to figure it out.
Well, good luck with that.
One thing I know for sure. I'm not chasing around after some ex-boyfriend. Chris is history, and that's where he's staying.
Rachel McKenna has her sights set on Chris. If we ignore what she's up to, we're saying it's okay. Do you think it's okay?
Yeah, even if you're right, it's their stuff. There's nothing we can do about it.
Well, I can let Rachel know that I'm onto her. That's what I did tonight, and I stand by it.
Fine, okay.
Except I ruined Gabrielle's dinner party, and I never wanted to do that.
Yeah, well, you gotta wait until tomorrow to have your say.
I wanted to, but it was what she said about Harry. It must be so hard for you, Gabrielle, trying to fill Tony's shoes.
Honey, you shouldn't let talk of kids get to you.
Don't, it's not that.
Look, I saw how you reacted when Rachel thought Daniel was my son. I felt it. It's really not an issue for me, okay?
Can we just go to bed? I'm really tired.
I'm not surprised. You're carrying this whole PCC while Brooke's having a holiday in Queenstown. You're not up for that.
Of course I am. I ran a busy ED, remember? Sometimes doing back-to-back shifts. I think I can handle a simple GP clinic.
Right. I'm gonna have a shower. You can shoot off to bed.
I've remembered where it is that I've seen you before. Cutting up the floor at the Ramsden Hall, early 70s. I've got a cousin down there. He dragged me along a few times. Rob Carter.
From the milk plant.
That's the man. I always noticed you enjoying yourself.
Those dances were the highlight of our week, until we had the girls.
That's why I never asked you for a twirl around the floor. You had a husband.
Yes, I did.
Oh, excuse me, sorry. Hello, Howard here. No, that's quite all right. What's happened? Ah, righto. No, just tell him I'll be there in a minute. That was Tanya. Travis is in a real state again. Even she can't calm him down. I'll have to get over there.
Oh, of course you will.
Look, I'm really sorry about tonight, Yvonne. I arrived late, leave early. I hope you'll let me make it up to you sometime.
How about tonight? I can come with you now to see Travis, and we can carry on and have dessert and coffee later.
Well, if you're sure.
We'll have him soothed in no time.
Good.
Why did Sarah say that Rachel ruined your marriage? What did she do?
It wasn't just her, it was both of us. We had an affair.
And that's why Tony left you and took Harry.
In a nutshell.
Well, why didn't you tell me? How can I behave appropriately around Rachel if I don't have all the facts?
Well, I didn't tell you because I didn't want to worry you. Oh, who am I kidding? I didn't tell you because I was too ashamed. The consequences were horrendous.
Is she still in love with you? Does she want you back? Is that why she tried to give you my job?
It doesn't matter what she wants.
You avoided a direct answer. I can only assume that means the answer is yes. Are you still in love with her?
I'm in love with you.
Again, you avoided a direct answer.
I can't just switch off my feelings for someone that I've been close to. I still care about Rachel. I want her to be happy, but that's all. It's you that I love.
Well, you loved Libby until I came along. And now you love me and Rachel's come along. Is there any chance your feelings will shift to her?
No. No chance at all.
Is that what you told Libby? That I was no threat to her? I don't like uncertainty, and I can't have it in my life.
There was nothing to be uncertain about. Rachel and I are in the past. That's where we're going to stay.
Wasn't expecting to see you here too.
We were only across the road.
How was it?
Oh, nice dinner. Monkfish.
And?
And if we hadn't come here, blackberry full.
I mean, how are you getting on?
Well, it turns out that he knows people in Ramsden. We've probably got friends in common.
Oh. And not to mention, you're both grandparents. You both like reading. Well, you're here with them now, so you must get on.
No, don't start.
Don't start what? It's great that you've met someone, Mum. We just want you to be happy.
I don't need a man in my life to feel... How is he?
Asleep, at last.
He should be fine for the rest of the night. He's not in any pain now. Just worn himself out crying.
Thanks for all your help. Oh, it breaks my heart to see him in a hospital bed.
His mum's due back tomorrow, isn't she?
Between you and me, all that crying, he's got plenty to be upset about. His parents have just separated. And now his mum's doing her best to keep him away from his dad.
I'm sure she has her reasons.
I don't know what they are. He's a great guy.
No one really knows what goes on in a marriage.
Oh, I know Travis is lost without him. To be honest, I'm a bit lost too.
Well, surely your loyalty's to your daughter.
My loyalty's to Travis.
Well, she's your flesh and blood.
He's Travis's dad. He's my mate, too.
You have to support her, the daughter you love, not a son-in-law that you've grown to like.
All right, I'll see you in the morning, yeah?
Bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. So if I buy another bottle, will you share it with me?
Dare I say no to the hospital's new ogress?
Ogress? That's harsh. But I've been called worse.
You and me both. I'm not worse.
Sticks and stones, eh? Hasn't stopped us getting ahead, though.
No. Maybe it slowed me down from time to time.
No, not you. You've got this place and your girlfriend's Miss Ferndale.
Sophie's more than just a pretty face.
She must be. You didn't tell me she was a schoolgirl. Did you think I'd disapprove?
No, I thought it was relevant.
You know, I was in love with a sophisticated older man once a long time ago.
A suave silver fox?
Suave, yes. The age gap wasn't quite as big as you and Sophie. But he taught me a lot.
I bet you taught a thing or two as well.
I guess I was an education. I never really got over him.
He broke your heart.
Sophisticated man of the world, naive girl, it's not hard.
What's going on in there?
Hold on. Sorry, mate, did I wake you? I was making a smoothie.
Out of that compost?
My stomach was rumbling, I couldn't sleep.
Oh, well, that makes two of us. We do have a kitchen here, you know?
Yeah, but it's close to Libby's room.
Oh, I see. I've got to wake one of them up. I'll make it Gerald. Who just said they wanted to be friends?
I told you I'm sorry.
I don't want to hear so much as a bag of crisps when I go back to my bedroom. And can you please get rid of that rotten fruit? It will attract the flies.
First thing.
I mean, who makes mouldy fruit smoothies at 1 a.m? It's just not normal.
He explained it to you. He just can't do anything right with you, can he?
Hey, Libby.
Hey, Oliver.
Hey, Gerald. See, we cancelled our dinner last night. You want to try for lunch?
Yeah, sounds lovely.
At the IV, 1 o'clock.
See you there.
I'd run a mile if I were you.
From a free lunch with a handsome man? Are you mad?
I was taking you out to lunch.
Oh. What do you mean? Huh.
You live with him. You haven't noticed anything odd about him and food?
No. Why?
I don't want to speak out of turn.
You're not. Go for it.
Oliver has eating issues. The fridge in his room, all of that. It's something me and Shanti. Anyway, if he's picky at lunch, just don't make a thing of it.
What's he talking about? Oliver is completely normal with food.
Except that he secretly gorges on fruit you wouldn't feed pigs. And then there was the hot chocolate thing. He'd only drink his own brand, remember?
Well, that's because it was French, the good stuff.
Nope, there's more than that. What we're seeing is not what we're getting.
Well, you can think what you like. I'm looking forward to a perfectly nice lunch with a perfectly nice man. I was worried you wouldn't even be speaking to me.
Actually, you did me a favour last night.
What, by blowing your dinner out of the water?
No, by prompting me to ask questions about Rachel. Chris told me about the affair, and it was something I needed to know.
Oh, well done, me.
Yeah, absolutely. Your effort to help is much appreciated.
Not that I was suggesting that Chris still has feelings for Rachel. It's her.
He does. He's fond of her. And if she makes a play for him, he may be tempted.
Is that what he said?
No, but look at his track record. I have to manage her out of his way.
How?
I believe the best approach is the direct one.
No, you need to be careful. She's powerful here. She could do you real damage.
I know.
Hiding.
I was just looking at the chocolate slice.
I couldn't say no. I'm off to Central, by the way. A day or two for the paperwork, and I'll be out of your hair. Sorry, I wasn't saying no.
Ben, I wish things hadn't got so complicated.
Me too.
Hello again. Gerald said I'd find you here.
How's Travis?
Oh, he's much better. He knows his mum will be here in a few hours.
That's great.
So, how about you and I have dinner tonight down the waterfront? No interruptions this time. I found a lovely spot, table by the window.
Yep, can't be the harbour view on a clear night.
Howard, this has been one of our ambos, soon to leave us.
Oh, giving it up.
Transferring to Central. Nice to meet you, Howard. Just a drink and chocolate slice for me.
So, can I book that table?
Just let me check my diary. I need to think what I'm doing.
Well, maybe it's time to stop talking and start eating.
Am I boring you?
Not at all. It's just you've hardly touched your food.
I hadn't noticed.
Is there something wrong with it?
I don't think so. Scotty, he's been talking about me, hasn't he?
Not gossiping. He was just surprised that we were having lunch together.
I better tell you the story. I hate curry, especially vegetarian curry, but I couldn't tell Shanti that, so I talked up this eating disorder, said I couldn't eat in front of people.
You lied to Shanti?
It was spur of the moment. Once I said it, I was stuck with it. So I'd take her curry into my room and bin it, then eat fruit or something.
That's awful. Shanti was a great cook. And Scotty thinks there's something truly wrong with you. You should tell him.
He's not entirely wrong. I did have food issues years ago. A sort of anorexia.
But you're over it now?
Pretty much. I undereat sometimes. That's why I keep a fridge in my room. Make sure I top up when I need to, so old habits don't take hold. You think I should have been up front from the start, don't you? With Scotty and Shanti, with you.
Well, the truth is always a good idea.
Except I know what people are like. If you admit to having peculiarities, they shy away from you. I didn't want that. I'm new in town. So, how about I shut up and you do the talking? Let me catch up so we can order some dessert.
I might skip dessert. Don't want to be late back.
Maxwell, this is Mr. Summers.
Ah, yes, our diabetic patient with an earache. Maxwell, our ear consultant here.
Oh, you know all about me then?
Oh, I called. They said their registrar was tied up and asked me to instigate treatment. If I was here.
I've seen Mr. Summers 3 times in the last fortnight. If the problem was a straightforward otitis externa, then antibiotics would have fixed it by now.
Linda, can you take Mr. Summers to cubicle 3? I'll be there as soon as I can. Thank you.
So I think that it's a malignant otitis externa. If I'm right, he'll need a daily debridement with gentamicin and corticosteroids, maybe even hyperbaric oxygen therapy.
You seem to know a lot about it.
Well, it's a fascinating case. I've been doing some research.
Oh, good for you. Thanks for bringing him in.
The condition used to require surgery. Now they treat it much more conservatively. They remove the granulation.
And we can take it from here.
But I've got more information. I need to pass it on.
Well, not unless Maxwell asks you to.
No, I'm all good. You can get back to work.
Well, can I at least email you with my notes about the treatment options?
No, that won't be necessary.
But this is...
Dr. Potts, your next patient just sicked up in triage, and I've got 2 more on the phone asking about repeat prescriptions. Can you please hurry back?
For goodness sake, Gerald, I've been gone 2 minutes. I know you're not the brightest star in the sky, but surely you can hold things together for that long, or is that asking too much?
Fine. I will tell the PCC to run itself.
No, it's... Gerald, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have said that. I'm on my way.
Whenever you're ready.
You're ready now. Go.
Hey, I need your help.
My lovely sister?
I don't know where I am with her.
Oh, well ahead of the game, I'd say.
You reckon? She sort of blows hot and cold.
Rules 1 to 10, always treat her like a princess.
I thought I was. I'm attentive. I try to be the perfect flatmate. Took her to lunch today. It's still 1 step forward, 2 steps back.
She's going to be cautious after Chris. It's only natural.
I'm not rushing her. I just wanted to know she can trust me, that I'm serious.
Okay. Rule 11, romance. She's a sucker for a guy who goes the extra mile. Candlelights, car doors, rose petals. You can never overdo it with Libby.
Really? I thought women scoffed at that sort of thing these days.
Well, think again.
Well, the little fella's finally got his mum back and they're letting him go tomorrow.
Oh, he must be beside himself.
I'm pretty pleased too. I'm too old to be spending so much time around a hospital. Anyway, what about tonight? Shall I book that table?
Oh,
And I thought on the weekend we could go back to my place. The Mount is beautiful this time of year.
Are you talking about staying overnight?
Oh, we wouldn't be sharing a room. But I'd like to spend some time with you away from here and give us a chance to get to know each other.
I can't, I'm sorry.
Well, never mind. We could just make a day of it.
No, I mean, I can't come at all. And I can't have dinner with you tonight. I must have given you the wrong idea. I am so sorry, Howard. You are a very nice man.
What's happened? Did I do something or say something?
No, I've enjoyed your company. I really have. It's just...
I get the picture. My mistake. You take care of yourself, Yvonne.
That's enough for today. We deserve a drink. My shout.
Again? People will think something's going on. Ah, the master chef. How can I help?
I'm here to see Rachel.
Right. Should I make myself scarce?
I'm going to talk about Chris. He told me about your affair and the effect that it had on his marriage to Tony.
He has sentimental feelings for you, as he does for all his ex-partners. But I'm satisfied that he has no romantic feelings for you whatsoever.
Great. I'm happy for you.
Obviously, I don't know whether you intend to try to seduce Chris while you're here. But my concern is this. If you try to undermine my personal relationship with him, you will inevitably upset our working relationship as well. And we're a team this hospital cannot afford to lose.
I hear what you're saying.
Do you have any questions?
No, I understand perfectly.
Then I won't intrude any longer. Good night.
Good night.
What was that?
That was Jacob speak for back off my man.
Yeah, let me take those.
Thanks. What's all this?
Dinner for two. Gerald's working late.
And that divine smell?
That goat's cheese souffle should be ready in 10.
You cooked.
I told you, no food issues worth worrying about. Please, sit down.
Champagne, but you've already bought me lunch today.
Well, should there be a limit to the fine things in life?
No. Never. I just didn't know you felt this way.
When I meet a woman worth indulging, I indulge her. Not that it's happened to me for a long time.
Really?
Most women don't seem to appreciate romance anymore. But I get the feeling you're different. I want to sweep you off your feet, Libby. I hope you'll let me try. I'm not rushing you. We can take all the time in the world.
And what if I don't want to?
We're flatmates. We've got Gerald to think about.
Who?
Are you sure?
Louise Kennedy and Paul Costello give their verdict on the work of The Apprentices and choose who will become Craftmaster in the season finale tonight at 7 here on RTE1. After the break today, Jazz is feeling deserted and Kevin's feeling judged in Doctors on the way.